John, welcome back to Kansas City, home of the 2024 Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
We are recording this before the Super Bowl, and I maybe just jinxed them.
Oh, no. You didn't jinx them.
By this point, we will know when this comes out if we won or not.
Yep.
But we have no idea.
We have no idea at this point, but what do you think?
We have a good feeling.
I do. I have a good feeling about this.
But
what do you think?
The 49ers have an Iowa State alum, Brock Purdy, on the team, and he may...
That guy.
He's pretty good.
We're going to break his ankle.
Cool.
We'll break his ankle, and then he'll be out. Injured reserve.
You're going to feel so bad if that actually happened during the game.
I know, I will. I don't feel horrible.
Career over, Joe Theismann-esque.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big episode because we're doing a bald reveal.
A bald?
Bald reveal. I've been wearing hats for the first two episodes.
Why didn't you wear a hat tonight?
I
think your fashion trend kind of thing. You should do that.
I had a freshly shaved head today, so I don't like to not wear hats when my hair is long.
Okay. All right. Well,
I've got a skullet going on. I look like I live in a not nice area, and I wear wife beaters, and I.
What do you mean you live in a not nice?
That's what I look like when I have my hair growing around the outside, but not on the top.
Oh,
it makes me look older.
Look like a wife beater.
Not like I am one. Like I would wear a wife beater. Those shirts.
Okay. All right. I get it.
We've said wife beater too many times in this episode already.
Wife beater.
We're gonna have a wife beater jar.
No.
So yeah, we're recording this before the big game. We're probably not allowed to say the SB word because of trademarks, but we will give our predictions later on in the episode.
Okay.
And
we're not going to do it now.
We'll save it for a little bit later.
Okay.
We'll tease them.
Okay, we'll do a little teaser, and then we'll talk about it a little later, and we'll talk football a little later. How's that?
Yeah, we'll give our weekly updates in a second, but I wanted to ask you a question.
Okay, what is it? Shoot.
After the last Chiefs game, I gave you a little text. I shot you a text and I said, "Yay," because that's what grown men say to each other after their team wins a game. You replied, ASP space HE. I said, huh? And you never replied. So I would like to take this moment.
I have no idea what that is. I'm sure it was a fat finger or some stupid,
Because you watched the game.
Threw it down. I did watch the game, yeah.
But you
watched the entire game.
Asp He.
It's just, I don't know what that was. I have no idea what that is.
What do we want to guess it means?
I don't want to go to jail.
We'll say, I said, yay, and you said, always so professional, he. Probably talking about Patrick Mahomes.
Could be, but I don't think that's the case.
Another super poll.
I think it was just kind of a fat finger thing that I did and regretted it.
So you didn't mean to text me at all?
I didn't mean to text you that, no.
Well, at all or just that?
Probably at all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because you were watching the game. Everybody was watching the game.
It was done. And I said, that's why I said,
no, but
yay.
Yeah.
Asp He. It's one of your boomer words of the week.
Asp He.
Today's word is Asp He.
When you got a real friend, you don't need much. Just a place to sit and fish is more than enough. When you got a real pal, there's nothing too tough. Together it is better when you got your real bud. Real buds.
Asp He. That's a good one.
So that's what I wanted to start off with. How's your week been?
Week has been good. We celebrated my lovely wife's birthday this week.
52. Big year.
No, she's like 35.
35.
So
didn't realize we were so close in age.
Mm-hmm. She is. You didn't know that?
You married much younger.
I did marry much younger, and she also looks much younger.
She does look quite a bit younger.
Yes, she does. She does.
Just like my wife looks younger than me.
Mm-hmm. As it should be. Thank goodness.
We're like Leonardo DiCaprio. What is he married to like a
Oh, she.
or dating like 21-year-olds or 19-year-olds or something?
Well, I think he's married now, but
I don't think that he is. I think he just broke it off with a girl. The running joke was that if they got too old, he'd break up with them.
no,
And then
I think he's married.
If only there was a way we could find
I
out.
wonder if there's some way that. I wonder if there's some person that we could contact that would know that sort of thing. Is
All right.
Leonardo DiCaprio married to? I think it's some lady from like Brazil or down in South America, or as my wife always says, you just make this stuff up, don't you? as you go along, and I do. Yeah, I do. Give us any indication.
He's been in a couple long-term relationships, but never married as of August of 2023.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought he was married. I'll be darned.
okay, we have his dating history. People are probably screaming at their radios and their YouTubes right now.
Yep.
He did Blake Lively. I don't know. It looks like there's a lot. I've been scrolling for quite a while, and each one's a picture of a different girl.
Oh, really? Lucky Leonardo.
They were seen eating ice cream together in Santa Barbara, California. Vittoria Soretti. That was in August. I don't know. I don't really care that much, but anyway, he just dates girls that are much younger than him, and then they get old, and then the joke is that he breaks up with them. And
I'm sorry, I got confused. I thought it was the gentleman I was thinking of was Matt Damon. I think he's married to, just recently married. Not recently, but I think he's married. Has a couple of kids and all that fun stuff.
Matt Damon from We Bought a Zoo.
We Bought a Zoo and was it Good Will Hunting or something?
Never actually watched that one.
It's actually a very good movie.
We need to have an episode just on movies we have not watched, and I'll get made fun of for all of mine.
Oh, there'd be pages and pages for me.
Janelle still convinces, or she says I need to watch The Goonies and Coneheads.
You've never seen those two?
I have not.
Okay. I mean, I've even seen those.
I introduced Janelle on Friday night to Malibu's Most Wanted. You seen that one?
No, but that just has a funny title to it.
It's about I think a guy who's running for governor, and his son is just kind of a interesting guy. He thinks he's from like the inner city, so he's all like likes to do rap battles and stuff, and just
all into it.
Has a stupid attitude, and he's just kind of sabotaging his dad's campaign.
Yeah.
So people are hired to take him to the inner city and show him what the real thug life is like.
Yeah.
And he actually,
what it would really be like. Yeah.
So it was a good one. But yeah. So week's been good.
Yeah, it's been very good. As a matter of fact, we went and had dinner at took the family out, the whole family out to dinner to Bonefish Grill, and it was excellent. By the way, if you get a chance to go there, go. Please do. You'll enjoy it. And we just had a great time. It's just kind of a real relaxed and it was just a really fun evening.
What did you have?
What did I have?
Yeah, did you have fish there?
I did. I had fish and chips there.
Ooh.
And I'm kind of a big fish and chips guy. And
is that like ordering chicken tenders at a steakhouse?
Yeah, similar to it. Yeah, similar to it. But in any event, it was some of the best chicken or fish that I've had.
Nice.
In KC.
It's not like you to do that. I thought you would kind of get like a blackened sea bass.
It wasn't offered.
Okay.
They didn't have it there, so.
You're predictable in that if you go somewhere with fish and chips, you'll probably get that.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have a French dip, you'll get the French dip.
I'll definitely do the French dip.
I think we should do a ranking of your favorite French dips in Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, there's quite a few of them. Actually.
But yeah, I feel like that's kind of me. Is I'll go to a nice steakhouse and I'll say, "I'll have a plate of your finest chicken tenders, please."
But you're not a big steak guy, are you?
I am not. I don't love it. I don't get I probably just haven't had the right one, but I also don't like my meat all bloody, so I just never get it. How people say I need to order it. So, yeah.
Now, it been all your life been that way, or is it just
I would
recently?
prefer a burger over a steak. Even a hot dog. I would prefer a hot dog over a steak.
Ground beef is sort of steak chopped up.
Well, it's different. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say, I want a steak sandwich and then get a cheeseburger.
Kind of the same thing.
It is so different.
No, well, yeah, it is different.
So you would say a T-bone is the same as a Whopper? No.
I would not say that.
Would you say that a ribeye is the same as a Town Topic burger? No, you would not.
But if you ground it up, it up and then pressed it into a hamburger patty, it would be very similar.
I'm
just
being
being
in a
obstinate.
mood today.
Yeah, I am in a mood.
Well, fun.
How was your week?
My week was good. I've spent a lot of time making content for the podcast.
Really?
For the socials.
Was that all of about 10 minutes or something?
A few hours. I was making reels for Instagram.
Oh,
little highlight, little clip videos for us.
Yeah.
And by the time this comes out, there's a handful of those posted. And
where will they be posted?
Those little videos will be on Instagram as well as YouTube and TikTok.
Okay, so just go onto those sites and punch in Real Buds, and that should do it.
Wherever your grandkids are online, that's where the videos are.
Okay, all right.
If they've got a footprint there, then there's some Real Buds content.
Okay, good.
So, did that. Took a while. Watched a couple movies. Watched Killers of the Flower Moon featuring Leonardo DiCaprio. Bless you.
Thank you.
And that was 3.5 hours long. So
that's too long for me. I'm good and solid for 2 hours, but you get into a 3-hour deal, and it's just.
It was good.
Did it?
The last hour kind of lost me.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did the last hour keep your attention or focus?
I think it was mostly the content of the movie kind of just tapered off at the end a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we started watching it Friday night at 9:30. And she also, we should go get coffee before we start this. We went and got a coffee. Actually, we went to go get coffee and she got a decaf. So kind of defeat the purpose. And then we fell asleep around midnight and had an hour left and watched the rest the next night. And I think she fell asleep again.
We were watching some movie or some series, I think that's on Netflix or Apple TV or something about World War II and the fighter pilots.
Oh, is it called something like Masters of the Sky or something?
Masters of the Sky, that's it, yeah.
Did you like it?
It was very good.
You watch all of them?
I've watched all of them. We're all caught up, and now we're just waiting for the new one to be released. I think they come out on Thursday or Friday.
How many are there?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
But
it is an excellent program if you ever want to watch something really good.
I think we watched the Killers of the Flower Moon movie on Apple TV, and I saw previews for that show on there.
Yep. Well, it's good. It's a good one.
Otherwise,
highly recommend it.
Highly. Got the 2 Johnny thumbs up.
Got the 2 Johnny thumbs up.
Good.
2 T's.
2 thumbs.
2 thumbs.
Other update of the week. I went to the dentist yesterday.
Oh no.
Oh man. I always think it's interesting because, yesterday she was really digging with that claw, the little hook. She was digging on the inside of my bottom teeth for probably 5 minutes, and I felt like tooth dust coming up. Like it felt like she was digging a hole. And I said, excuse me. I said, I feel like whenever I've come in thinking that I've been practicing great hygiene, I show up and I have a cavity. But the times where I was in between dentists and didn't go for like 2 or 3 years, which is gross, that I didn't have any cavities. And she said, oh no cavities, no plaque buildup, just a cleaning. But it felt like she was really getting in there.
Oh, so she was doing a cleaning.
It was just a cleaning, but yeah, she was
Okay.
just scratching. Just the thought of it.
I know.
Just the
I
sound.
know what you mean. It's not good.
And she tends to. She was very nice, but she would ask me questions, and I had to kind of wait until the straw sucker came in.
I tell you what, I agree with you. When when I'm in a dentist chair, I got my mouth wide open, and they have it, like braced wide open, with clamps and all kinds of things that dentists use. And then they're, and they're poking around and doing their thing and all that. And then they start asking you questions.
It's like when the waitress,
hey, how's your week going? Those kinds of things.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're at a restaurant, you're at a Chili's and someone walks by and says, "How's the meal?" And you had just taken a bite. And
yeah, first bite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. What else? What else is going on with you?
Well, I have more about the dentist I have to tell.
Oh, more dentists to tell.
Do you ever feel like when you go, I'm trying to think of how to say this not weird. When they put utensils in your mouth, I feel like I've noticed that I tend to track them with my tongue, like my tongue moves around. And
why? Of course.
It's just my tongue.
Yeah,
what is that?
It's just Taylor.
Yeah, and then when you're a kid, it gets
Tracking
passed by.
tools with the tongue.
Yeah, when you're a kid, they're like, "Oh, well, it's fine. Just try to stop." And now that I'm an adult, I notice myself doing it with like her finger. or like the
where's
the
this
hook
going?
thing.
Where's this going?
And I just realized, I just thought, I wonder what it looks like that I'm doing. Like I had to stop myself from moving my tongue, and I got just hypersensitive about, is it in the way now? Should I move it this way? So
I wonder what the dentist was thinking.
they probably get it all the time, but
No, probably not.
my brother-in-law went to the same dentist the week prior, and he said he did the same thing. So
Really?
at least two of us happened to lick the utensils. It wasn't intentional. She'll be talking, and I'll, just because my tongue is used to my own mouth. And anywho,
Okay.
another weird thing that I've noticed is, I've already known this, but when you meet somebody, and I think you're good at this, but I'm bad. I tend to just forget their name instantly because I am just nervous to meet someone, Say, "Hey, I'm Taylor," and they'll say hi, and I'll be concentrating on something different, and I'll just forget their name, and the next time I see them, it's too late to ask for their name again. So anyway, I didn't know the dentist's name, and I did remember all about her dog, and her daughter was going to school, and her daughter went to school in Oklahoma, and I was asking about that, and she just kind of seemed weirded out that I remembered these details about her dog and her daughter. And so, fun fact about Taylor is he can remember your child's college, maybe their major, your dog's breed.
That's kind of concerning.
I'm a dog guy, and she said she had a Great Dane Mastiff mix, so it's a big dog.
Yeah.
And I said, "We have a big dog," and I told her about Otis, and she said, "Bring him in next time." So we connected on dogs. And
Well, the nice thing about it, if you can't remember her name, you can always say, "Good afternoon, doctor."
actually, she's not the dentist. That's the other thing. She's is it a
Hygienist?
hygienist? I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Good afternoon, Miss Hygienist, ma'am. But yeah,
I'm always pretty good about it. If I can't remember the name, I'll go out to the front lobby or something and say,
"Hey,
"Excuse me,
who's that lady back there?
can you help me out? I forgot that girl's name. What is that lovely lady's name?"
So you just say, "Hey,
It's Sally. Okay,
excuse
thank
me,
you.
Can I use the restroom? I have to go real bad." And then you sneak to the front and ask for the name. That's strange.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
worse than
whatever works.
It's worse than licking their tooth drill.
No, I don't think so.
It is. But she told me about how she is fostering dogs.
Fostering. So she takes care of them while they're
They
in
were
process or something?
Yes, she had a couple that were very ill,
Ooh.
puppies, and she raised them back to health. And one came, or I guess she had 3 or 4. One got adopted, and then she has the other 2, and then eventually they'll get adopted. And I told her I just couldn't do it because I would get too attached.
Yeah, that's very noble.
Yeah. I don't think I could foster anything, I guess.
Well, I know
It takes a special person, but like a
I
kid or
agree.
a dog,
I
I would
agree.
get too attached. And I feel like in order to give my full just love and attention to something, I would have to know that I'm investing into that thing. That sounds
And
weird.
then you have to give them up. That'd be the tough thing.
Not that I feel like it'd be a wasted effort, but just I would get too attached to it.
Right.
So
Right. I agree. I'd do the same thing.
Takes a special person.
Yep.
If you're listening, Dr. Hygienist,
I'm
thank
not
you.
doing that. I'm not the right person. That's for sure.
So, yeah, I just caught myself saying things that I was like, is this the daughter? She said her daughter moved back from college. She's going to a new college here.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, is that the daughter that the dog was favorites with because the dog was sad when she left because she always slept with the one daughter. And she's like, yeah, that was the daughter. And so anyway, she didn't know my name. She didn't know anything, but I knew all these old random stories about them. So,
see, I always preface those kinds of conversations with, in our last conversation, or when we spoke before, you mentioned.
I think I eventually said that, like,
okay,
not like, hey, I found your family on Facebook and I saw.
Yes,
like,
I'm not creeping on you.
I promise you told me this. Yeah, when I met Janelle's family, I am still interested in getting to know them, but initially I remember a lot of random details, and I'd see him again. I'd say, hey, how's that one thing going? And they would forget they told me that, or her brother-in-law was like, what is wrong with you? Why do you remember all these things?
Yeah.
And people call me Rain Man, so
okay,
I think it's because of the memory, not because of any other details.
No, not at all.
There's no other resemblance.
Not at all.
53 toothpicks. Judge Wapner.
Judge Wapner.
But yeah, I'll forget your name. So that's something I need to get better at this year. I guess a resolution of sorts. I can say I'm going to start remembering people's names when I get introduced to them.
That won't work.
Thank you.
You're welcome, because I'm the same way. I don't remember names very well. I'm not very good at that. And it's only, like 3 or 4 weeks later after we've had this conversation, or after the period of time where I had to remember that person's name that I didn't, that it comes to me.
Do you have some clever ways you could use to get their name? I mean, because if you didn't want to say, hey, what's your name? I forgot. Like, I've heard people who went on dates and they met them in like a bar, and they introduced each other to their friends, and then the friends left, and then it was just them, and they forgot their name, and then it was like 3 dates in, they still didn't know their name. So what would you do? What are some creative ways?
I would probably call one of the friends and say, hey, help me out here. What was that lovely lady's name that we saw in the bar? I can't remember her name.
I would probably take her to Starbucks and ask her to pay so that they'd ask for her name. And then, or actually, I would probably run to the bathroom while she was ordering. And then when we came back and I ordered mine, her cup would say her name.
Unless you use some trick name like Sally or Nikki or
You think they're trying to trick
Bubbles
you?
or
Bubbles?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're finding a girl in the wrong profession.
Yep.
Yeah, or maybe you could just say, hey, I never got your number. Can you put it in my phone? And then she would put her number and her name in, and hopefully she put the right one in.
That's a good one, because then you can be very gentlemanly about it and say, something to the effect of, I would really like to have your number if it'd be okay. And she'll probably go, oh yeah, that's fine. And then you hand her your phone.
Yeah.
And then in turn, she would put her name in there. Or
you could say on like the second date, what do you think our kid's name should be? And then
what?
You'd say, I always...
No, that's the Rain Man coming out again.
And then you could say, I always wanted a Taylor Jr. What about you? Do girls ever do junior names? And she'd be like,
no.
I don't think Sarah Jr. sounds very good.
Yeah.
Say, oh, your name's Sarah.
Well, yeah.
Could work.
Okay. Give it a try and see what happens.
Or you could say, I wanted to get you, Mary Alice likes Mrs. Ryan likes monogrammed things. You could say, oh, what would yours be? I forgot your middle, and what's your middle name? And she would say, oh, it's KLO. And you're like, okay. You could narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah, no. No.
You could walk over to a stranger while she's in the restroom and say, hey, Can you just start like shouting names and see if she turns around?
No.
It's like, oh, Margaret.
No, we don't want to go there, Taylor.
All right, well, forget it.
Turn that, close that door.
Or you could say,
Shut that brain off. Take those little people and put them back in their brain, back in their brain.
Okay. I was just trying to be helpful if we have any listeners out there.
Mm-hmm.
If your grandkids are at college and they just met a girl, just trying to give them ideas.
You know, would probably be a good idea if we called them and talked to them about this, because they probably have all the lines anyway, or maybe not.
Hmm. Like, if I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together.
No.
One of those
No.
pickup lines.
Oh, no. No.
Well, that was pickup lines with Taylor.
Yeah, well, I have no idea what. You know, I think that isn't the dating thing right now so different than what it was when you were dating.
Oh, when I was dating even?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say when you were dating.
Oh, no.
Well, I met her at the volleyball game.
Well, probably what happened.
We went to the soda parlor. We went to the roller rink, and then we went to the soda parlor.
Yeah, never went to a roller rink, though.
And then I proposed to her.
We did go ice skating once, I think.
Second date?
No. We did go to a roller rink. There used to be a old roller rink, I believe, in Raytown, Missouri, that we may have gone to.
And then we sat in my old Chevelle while we listened to the radio broadcast of the lunar landing in 1969.
No, we were on the way home from the lake when that happened.
Really?
I can remember to this day where we were. We were driving. We were driving home, and we were just driving by Holmes Park. It's 70 Holmes and Gregory, or Holmes and 75th Street, and when we were listening to them announce the lunar landing. Pretty neat. I still remember that.
And then you looked over to her and you said, "Hey, future Mrs. Ryan, are you an astronaut? Because you're out of this world."
You know, you're lucky you're married.
Just because I have charm.
No, yeah, because of the one-liners that you come up with. I'm sure you would be asked to leave.
Well, sorry I put effort into this, John.
I know. Put some effort into it.
You could learn a thing or two, all right?
Maybe.
So you heard it. What time of day was it when you were driving back?
It was at night. I remember it was getting dark.
So you don't think that it was staged? You think it was real?
I think it was real. I think it was real. There's just too much information there that led itself to being real.
Was it a big deal back then? Like,
it was a huge deal.
Huge deal?
Yeah. It was a huge, huge deal.
Was there, it was all the paper. I guess there wasn't social media, so you didn't have that to look at.
No, we didn't have that. We had the newspaper.
Were they selling like T-shirts with like the pictures on it and stuff?
No. No.
So it was literally
T-shirts weren't big back then with printing on them and stuff.
So it was just radio, TV, and
newspapers.
That's all that happened.
Pretty much.
And then you didn't find out updates till the following day.
And
now you can get on Twitter and you can search.
Oh, you can see, yeah, you're 24/7 now.
Anything, and then you'll find a live. You can sort by latest, and then you can see everything that's happening.
I'll have to show you maybe sometime when you come over. I have to show you my antique. Well, it's a newspaper collection that I have. It's from it has the Apollo 1 spacecraft from the Kansas City Star.
Are they in mint condition?
No, they're kind of in rough condition because they're, newspapers. That paper is not very, very high quality paper, and it will deteriorate. And there is fading, and there is some deterioration on it.
Well, I feel like it makes things less fun now, because if you had to wait all day for the news and you could sit down and watch what happened, it'd be interesting. And now I don't watch the news because I can have it in my pocket up to date. And then
you're up to date, like you say, 24/7 all the time.
Because we need instant gratification.
Yep. No question about that.
When I shoot wedding photos, people want pictures on their phones right away.
Yeah.
To post that day.
And interestingly enough, that's why you have so many of the newspapers today that are going out of business.
Yeah.
because of that.
There's a new thing going around where there's professional photographers,
Uh-huh.
and then there's professional content creators now, where people will hire a person on their wedding day to literally just take videos for like Instagram and Snapchat and all that, so they can have like behind the scenes
No kidding.
video all day. Seems like an easy job.
Yeah.
They literally just shoot video on their phone, and then they give it back, and then it's all there, so they can post.
They can do
To their
whatever they
heart's
want to with
content.
it. Wow.
Which, depending on the price, I guess maybe it's worth it, but I'm sure they charge what some photographers do just so they can be on their phone. They get the phone back the next day, and it's just all videos with cat filters on their face and the old man wrinkles on them.
I know.
What did you do, Stephanie?
Yeah.
I had a fun game to play.
What's that?
One of our most loyal listeners, we've gotten a lot of feedback from them.
Uh-huh.
My great uncle Steve.
Yes.
He sends me updates each week, which I enjoy because it's never criticism. He just gives us ideas for things or feedback on stories.
I've read some of those, and a big shout out to Mr. Steve. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate it.
He had a fun game for us.
He did.
He sent me a video. I cannot tell you what it is or show you what it is, but I need you to guess this sound from this video, and you need to tell me what you think. Ready?
It's a woodpecker.
It is his granddog, Tony.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't guess that one.
Janelle.
That was pretty obvious.
Janelle said woodpecker as well.
Did she?
And yeah, he said he's gotten woodpecker and jackhammer for guesses.
No kidding. That's great.
He also provided feedback that we were talking about if players could play in the NFL if they had an extra thumb, I think he said, or
Yeah.
missing a thumb.
Yeah, a digit.
He said that his Uncle George actually had an extra thumb growing outside of his main thumb, and he said he always wondered, he told him he got it because he sucked his thumb as a kid, so he wanted them to not suck their thumb. He said he was unable to join the military because of his extra thumb. So
Really? Interesting.
that seems ableist.
Yeah.
He said he often thought that if his uncle would be hitchhiking, maybe two cars would stop for him at the same time. Before that, he mentioned, so I don't know when it was, maybe 8 or 10 years ago, I interviewed some veterans that I knew and asked them about their experience in the military and all that. And I interviewed.
Wasn't one of them a general?
Yeah, one was a general in Omaha, and one was my pastor. He was in the Marines, and then one was Steve's dad. And he told a story. You mentioned General Patton at one point on the podcast, and he said, mentioned that when I interviewed his dad, that he told me that he saw General Patton peeing in the Rhine River one time. And he didn't tell many stories about the war, but he said that he saw him peeing in the Rhine River during the Battle of the Bulge. So, yeah. But you said you had a story about Patton?
When you mentioned that and brought that to my attention, I kind of remembered that my uncle was in under General Patton as well. He was a photographer for General Patton. So he had all these wonderful photographs, and he invited me over to his house one time and pulled out this huge box of old black and white pictures that he had taken throughout the war, and there was quite a few of them of Patton and all that. When
he was like this close to him?
Doing his thing. Oh yeah, this close. But the thing that got me was they liberated one of the concentration camps. One of Patton's groups did, and my uncle had to go in and take photographs of all of that. And that was just, I mean, that's just. I hope those pictures are still around, and my cousin had passed those on to the Holocaust Museum, because it is incredible footage or incredible pictures of the atrocities that occurred back then and during then.
Sorry to have a follow-up question to a serious
Yep.
topic.
Yep.
What kind of camera did he shoot him on?
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what
Be
kind of
interesting.
camera he had.
Hmm.
Probably just a general Army issue kind of camera that back then would have probably been, I don't know, certainly would not have been a Leica.
You could say maybe if it was Army issued, it was a Canon.
No, I don't think it was
Canon.
No, wasn't a Canon, but it probably would have been some American
It
brand.
definitely wasn't a Fujitsu.
No, wasn't a Fujitsu.
Mm-mm. I don't think Canons, or none of them are. Nikon's not American either.
Nikon's not Nikon. Nikon's Japanese. Fujitsu's Japanese. Leica is German. So
Hasselblad.
another German.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not
What's
sure. I'm not sure what they use, but
what's a Rolleiflex?
ooh,
I feel like a lot of those are Asian brands.
could be. I'm not sure about the Rolleiflex, so that could be American.
I always wanted one of those.
Yeah.
Couple
Well,
years.
anyway, so it was. Thanks to Steve for bringing that back to me. Appreciate it.
Rolleiflex, also German.
Wow.
It was made by a German company, Frank and Heideck. Later, Rollewerk. That's my German accent.
Okay.
I had another fun thing to bring up,
What's that?
just to keep making fun of myself. A couple weeks ago, mentioned that Quinn left me a little note in the mail that half the answers mentioned farting. And this week was
That's the big word with Quinn and you guys.
this week was very on brand, and two different people sent me an article about an airline turning around because a passenger was bragging about farting on a plane. Did you read this?
No, but it does bring up a story. I got to tell you that.
So I guess it was on brand for me. I need to have a better shtick, I guess, than that. Wow, there's an article about cologne. We should send it to Taylor. This article's
This is good. I like it. What did they say?
This article's about being handy with watercolors. Taylor would love that. This one says farts in it. We'll send it to Taylor. So my old college roommate sent it to me, and also my brother-in-law. So Quinn's father. But yeah, a man. Well, the quote starts off by saying, "We all breathed a sigh of relief when he was removed." A witness to the gassy passenger wrote on Reddit, and I guess it was American Airlines flight, and a passenger loudly bragged about farting on a flight from Phoenix to Austin. So they turned the flight around, and
They turned it around.
Returned to the gate, and he was removed.
Oh, so apparently they had not even taken off yet.
Does
Does it say?
I don't know.
It doesn't sound like they were in the air just at that point. But why would they turn around? I mean, was it? I don't see any laws being violated in that case, but I may be wrong.
Yeah, I don't. Caused the plane, which had left the gate and had been moving toward the runway for takeoff, to stop and return to the gate. Interesting. So he was doing that in the first 30 minutes.
With a seatbelt buckled, too.
That's what caused it, probably.
Yeah, probably did.
The
All that
anti-ends,
pressure. Yeah.
the anti-ends didn't settle too well from the terminal, and he had to go.
Yeah.
They didn't let him go back to the bathroom. The lavatory was closed.
Was this guy ushered off the plane, does it say?
It sounds like it. Yeah. So, are you a farter on planes?
No.
I could have guessed you were.
No.
I guess.
Are you?
No, never.
Okay. Yeah.
Fun.
I guess the question should be asked to our wives.
If they are, or if we are.
No. They would ask them about us. Oh. Yes, all the time. I'm tired of this. It's horrible.
We can never fly together.
Yeah.
Always in different rows.
Yeah.
on a lighter note, I just wrote a comment down. I just added this note thing randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I put down that it's a random good feeling when you give someone a recommendation to watch or listen to something, and they come back and say they like it.
That is good.
Talk to a coworker at work all the time, and mentioned a show we watched, and he said he liked it.
Well, good.
And you said you had one of those recently?
I did. I think it was we were recommending a restaurant or something, and
You were at Gates Barbecue, you said?
Gates Barbecue. Gates. Yeah,
Sure.
good old Gates. It was. We were at Gates Barbecue. I was picking up dinner, and there was a couple that came in behind. And if you noticed, ever gone to Gates, you have to walk through like a little turnstile, kind of not a turnstile, but a little line that you have to go through, and you'll have people standing in front of you and behind you. And a couple came in that were obviously from out of town, and because they were going over the menu and discussing everything on the menu ad nauseum. And so finally, this lady just turned to me and she goes, "What do you recommend?"
And you said the fish and chips.
And I said, "The fish and chips." No, I said,
they have the best steaks.
Yeah, best steaks in the city.
Which is also like a cheeseburger.
Yeah. But no, I recommend it. They're famous for their beef on bun. And, it's a good go-to for just about anybody and anything. So I recommended that. And so I got mine and took off and left. And the lady apparently got hers to go as well. And she caught me in the parking lot and stopped me and said, "Thank you very much. I appreciate it."
Wow.
Yeah.
So thank you for your service.
Yeah. So that is nice. You're right. It is nice. It does make you feel good.
You recommended a show or two to me recently that I need to watch, and I'll give you a nice feedback to it.
Ooh, okay. Well, which ones were those?
You said Reacher.
Reacher is a good one. We've been
You
enjoying
mentioned this Masters of the Sky one.
Masters of the Sky.
I need you to watch Malibu's Most Wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't take mine. You don't ever listen to my
Well,
recommendation.
the last time I took your recommendation, I was forced to watch the Bachelor. So
it was for content, John.
It was not the content. It was just
it's for podcast topics.
Okay. All right. I'll go along with that. For podcast topics, I will watch it.
Anything for a good topic.
Yeah, anything for a good topic.
I also said we should go see Taylor Swift, the Eras tour in theaters, and you said no. That was for content.
Why didn't you go and then report on it?
Because I would be
You're
looked
not a
at
reporter?
weird.
Huh?
If I walked in there by myself with my big bowl of Eras popcorn, with my pink shirt, people would look at me funny, John. I wanted you to go with.
What do they call it? The
Swiftie?
Swifties, yeah.
I'd have my friendship bracelets on.
Friendship bracelets on.
Who wants to trade? Well, sadly, we do not have any new countries of the week for listeners.
None?
It's been a few weeks in a row without a new one.
Okay.
Just
We'll have to work on that.
We're still appreciative of our Filipino listener.
Filipino and?
Not Philippians.
Yep.
And our French listener, along with all of our American listeners.
Yep.
But we have no more to add to the list. But we do have a listener of the week.
We do. Was this nominated?
Self-nominated by the listener herself.
Okay. And
she said, "I want to be the listener of the week."
Okay. What is the criteria for the listener of the week?
They
just need to nominate themselves. Is that kind of it?
They have to listen to a full episode and then tell us, "I want to be listener of the week."
Okay. All right.
And it helps if you live with me.
Okay.
And so far, Otis hasn't said anything. So this week's listener of the week is Mrs. Atkinson.
Oh, congratulations, Mrs. Atkinson.
It's
our listener of the week.
It was our first week with video podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And she did not watch.
Well, how can she be the listener of the week then?
I guess there's going to be a watcher of the week.
Okay, we can do both. Listener of the week and
I'm not sure we'd have to choose from this point. It's my mom or my wife. So right now.
Well, no, we
have more than that.
I know.
But she listened. She was working and she couldn't watch. She'd be too distracted by our dashing looks. So she had to listen only.
You really believe that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go to your happy place.
So she listened.
Well, good. Congratulations to our listener of the week, Mrs. Atkinson.
I will reward our listener of the week this week by taking out the trash tonight.
Good man.
I need you to start bringing more things to talk about because I just keep rambling on about things that I put down.
I know, but these are good things.
My next one, humble brag, went to church last night.
Okay.
On a Monday.
All right.
And the pastor was talking about, it was a men's group.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just saying how men have addictive personalities. And I've always kind of thought that about myself. But apparently he thinks everyone does. Every guy.
Every guy?
Would you say it's true about you?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's some addictive. I know there's addictive personality in my family.
And I'll give you an example. It's not a dark thing. I tend to go in phases of things. So this past spring, I got really big into soccer, and I started watching English Premier League soccer every Saturday and Sunday morning.
Okay.
I would watch highlights of soccer. I would play soccer video games. I had this big intake of soccer for a few months. And then all of a sudden I wanted to work on my garage. So I started watching garage storage videos. And then we started a podcast.
That's why your garage looks so nice.
It looked better than it did.
Yeah.
And then when we started a podcast, so I started looking up everything podcast related.
Mm-hmm.
And then got a new desk for my office, started looking up standing desk setup videos and people's desk tours. And so I kind of get hyper fixated on one thing at a time, and my focus is narrowed onto that one thing.
See, I think in terms of addictive personalities as people that get addicted to specific things. Like I was addicted to nicotine.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to go dark with this.
And then, there's a lot of alcohol addiction in my family. And so,
I did not need to go this way. I was giving you examples.
I know, but I'm just staying. But so I'm very cautious of that.
Yes.
So,
you get addicted to like hanging out with your friend Taylor, and then you gotta like make sure you don't do it too much.
Then you have to kind of separate from that. And
you breaking up with me?
So this is it. We're done.
I said I wanted to clarify the addictive part before you spoke, so you didn't say something like that. But then you just
I'd still said it anyway.
Cannonballed into that one.
I just sure did.
Here we go.
Buddy. Here we go. Out of my way.
Gonna bring up my family history.
Yep.
Well. But you don't do that? Do you get like you start a project and you can't do anything else until you finish that project?
No, I can multitask. What I mean by that is, I can start a project and put it down 6 months later, maybe think about it and go, oh yeah, I better get back to doing that. Or have the lovely Mrs. Ryan remind me that this is something that needs to be done.
Well, I'm glad this segment hit home for you, John.
Yeah, it did.
Just swing and a miss.
No, it wasn't a swing and a miss. It was very good, as a matter of fact.
I'll do one more thing, and then you can have the floor. Do you want to get your Would You Rather questions ready?
Yes.
And I'm going to go to my last segment of the week. It is Super Bowl predictions that happened 2 days ago.
Ooh.
Since this comes out on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl will be on Sunday before this.
Yep.
So it just happened. I think Patrick Mahomes is probably at Disney World right now since he won MVP.
Yes.
We hope.
Yep.
So what are your predictions for the game? Who do you think is going to win and score?
No doubt it's going to be a very good game. Because
no doubt.
Both of these teams are just so evenly matched with one another, I think.
Have you watched a lot of 49ers games this year?
I've seen a number of them, and I've listened to the talking heads on TV, the pro talking heads on TV.
What scares you most about the Niners right now, John?
They're pretty aggressive.
They're aggressive?
They're very, very aggressive.
Which side of the ball would you say they're aggressive on?
Oh, I think I can't think of their name of the
offense, defense.
Yeah, now you're nailing me down here. What is their quarterback's name?
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. He's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Not pretty good. He's very good.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. Pretty good.
Hot take by John.
Yep. But in any event, I think he's someone to be reckoned with. I think their whole team it will be. Both offensively and defensively.
What about their kicker?
We can beat them.
We're going to beat the kicker at least.
We're going to beat him at least.
He missed a pretty easy kick last week, so there's some questions. He missed 3 out of 4 going into that one. So there's some questions about him.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on their defense? What do you think is going to happen there?
I think they're going to be really going to come after Mahomes. I really do. I think they're going to really come after him and come after them hard. What do you think?
I agree. You're giving good takes.
Oh.
They're a very well-rounded team. They've got a good offense. They've got lots of weapons on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is stacked. They're stacked. Special teams, they're okay. But it's going to be tough, John.
What is going to win the game, do you think? Is it going to be
probably the more
defense,
points,
or is it going to be...
I think that the defense will win. The Chiefs' defense has been better than their offense this year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the games, and we'll see. We have a couple weeks for injuries to heal up, so hopefully Pacheco's ankle's fine by then. He played well the other day. But that's an interesting mouth noise you just made. Yeah, so we'll see. But the Chiefs' defense has been kind of carrying them.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that happens. That works.
So what's your prediction?
I think that the Chiefs are going to win 24-20.
Really?
What do you think?
I think they're going to win, and I think it's going to be around the same numbers. I'm going to say 20-23.
Nice. So 24-20 and 23-20?
23-20.
So you're just going one lower than me?
No, one lower, basically. I'm thinking of a field goal. We're going to win it by a field goal.
Okay. Well, good luck.
I know. Fingers crossed. Go Chiefs.
My brother-in-law gave me some crap for this, but since I'm an Iowa State grad.
Which brother-in-law?
Brandon. I said I want Purdy to do really well, and I want the Chiefs to win.
Mm-hmm.
If the Chiefs lose, at least it's to Brock Purdy. He gets his first ring.
Right.
Proves all the haters wrong. But I obviously want the Chiefs to do well, so we can go to a parade and interview people with our microphones.
It does. Well, the city just goes nuts, when these kinds of things happen. So, I mean, it's a wild time. It really is.
So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But what are your other predictions? We have the main part of the game is the halftime show and the commercials.
Right, and I never got into those.
Really?
I never got into the commercials or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, they're cute, they're kind of neat, and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't see the type of money that they were throwing at these things. I just didn't see it there for some reason.
Sometimes it works for companies who no one's ever heard of, and it causes all their sites to crash because everyone's causing traffic to that site.
Yeah.
Sometimes that works to get an unknown brand out there, but when it's a State Farm commercial, and I never wanted to buy insurance from them because Marshawn Lynch was on a commercial, and I don't know.
What about Bud Light? There used to be a lot of Bud Light commercials.
Wow.
They're not on there, are they? They're not too much on NFL
They're making
anymore.
a comeback, I think.
Are they?
They're the official beer of the UFC fighting.
Is that right?
I
read something or heard something this week about Budweiser and the NFL, and they were not pleased. They weren't playing nice in the sandbox, I don't think.
They should not do that.
I know.
What do you think? What are the main commercials going to be? You think there's going to be a lot of cryptocurrency commercials out there?
Oh, good question. I don't know. I think there's going to be like a lot of insurance, like State Farm will always be on there because you got Travis Kelce and you got Patrick Mahomes and, the coach and all these people on those.
What about
on those commercials? But, I think more financial kind of stuff.
Financial. So no crypto?
I don't think a lot of crypto.
There used to be a lot of crypto. There'd be some beer. There's going to be some Pizza Hut.
Oh, yeah. You can always count on Pizza Hut.
There's going to be on the opposite end. There's going to be some weight loss injection drugs. I bet some commercials for that. Some
I bet you.
Manjaro.
Yeah.
Ozempic. We're going to see in there.
Ozempic. That's Kathleen's medicine.
Because not hers.
Not hers, but the company that she represents.
Yeah. We're gonna see a lot of that. We're gonna see because since the females are watching for Taylor Swift and some Swiftie men. We're going to see more female-targeted commercials, I bet, than we have in the past.
Really?
That's what I think. It's my bold prediction.
What vein would you?
Well, I just know that I saw a stat that she brought like $300 million to the NFL this year in exposure and all that.
Yeah, I heard that on the way out to the TBB studios, and they were talking about what impact she's had on the Kansas City Chiefs and the NFL.
They were big time.
And they did. It was big time. That's some big money there, $331 million. Lots of money.
Do you think there's going to be commercials for Stanley Cups, those big cups that girls like to carry around?
You can count on it.
Probably. I don't think.
Well, I don't know, because what do the commercials run? I mean, aren't they like $2 million for 30 seconds or something like that? So that's a pretty big number.
Some political ads.
Think so?
That'll bring the mood down.
Yeah, I don't. No, they won't pop that buzz.
We'll see. You said beer for sure. We're gonna electric cars. We're gonna see a lot of those.
Think so?
I don't feel like you're agreeing with me.
No, they got kicked in the head here pretty quick.
Their cars started blowing up and stuff.
Well, they couldn't get them charged. You know, with the real cold weather that we've had this winter, and so they've kind of taken a hit. The electric car company has.
There's going to be a couple commercials that pop up about like the "What Would Jesus Do" type commercials.
Yeah,
I've seen a couple of those lately on TV.
I have too.
There's going to be, I bet there's going to be a funny one for Alaska Airlines. They're going to try to get ahead of some of this bad press, and they're going to have a funny one.
I think they will. You're absolutely right, and I think the best way to do that is through humor.
Yeah, like you're not going to die on this flight. The door's just going to. Everyone loves convertibles.
I mean, I would fly on any of those planes today because they have been so many have been inspected, to the hilt. So
there's a funny SNL skit last week or the week before about Alaskan Airlines, and you have to watch it. What else? There's going to be a commercial for. They had some cryptic commercial out there for some. It's like Ghana. There's players running through Ghana, and they had like a date on the thing for like the 11th, which I think is a Super Bowl date. So there's probably going to be something with that. I think there's going to be a commercial for podcasts. We're going to be on there.
Did you check with our advertising department to see if they got to go ahead to advertise Real Buzz podcast?
Yeah, they were running the numbers. I think we might squeeze it out. There might be some room in there just for beginning of the year budgets.
Well, and we're getting so big that it's just impossible to know exactly every facet of what's going on within this business that we have. I mean, it's just huge.
Yeah, huge. I think we're going to put a couple out there for the t-shirts and sweatshirts, obviously.
Bioman Shop. You mean like the one that?
Oh.
You mean like?
Just like that one.
Real Buzz Podcast?
That's the one.
$38, folks. Great buy.
Plus shipping and handling.
Yeah, shipping and handling.
Just realized we didn't turn our on-air sign on tonight.
We didn't do that today.
It's too bad. This didn't even get recorded.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's the ads for the Super Bowl. There's going to be a couple of controversial ones.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be money. I don't think there's going to be many political ads. I don't think that's going to happen.
There's going to be some
but I agree with you on everything else. The pizza and
obviously
there'll be some beer commercials for sure.
There's going to be probably 17 beer commercials, one of which will be for a non-alcoholic beer.
Good point. That's a good question. That's a good one.
Big thing. There's going to be another new seltzer drink out there that no one knew about. There's going to be...
Well, there to be soft drinks, too. Soft drinks will probably be on there. Coca-Cola and, Pepsi and all those guys.
Yeah, there's going to be multiple for sports betting.
Oh, yeah, that's big business now.
And
big
then,
business.
What was the one I was thinking of? Yeah, that's what I think. Be a lot of that.
Sports betting is probably going to be a big one. You're right.
Just booze and betting.
Booze, betting.
A couple Jesus commercials.
A couple of Jesus commercials.
But with the halftime show, what are your thoughts on that?
Isn't Usher going to be on?
Usher.
Usher is going to be part of that.
I think that there should be a guest appearance. There always is. Seems like.
Who?
I don't know. It's a surprise. Who do you think is going to show up?
Ooh, that's a good one. I have no idea because there's so many people that would vie for that position.
Do you think they'll have Taylor Swift come from like the press box on like a rope out to the middle of the field?
That's a good point. Could she do that program? Probably not, because she already has the thing going on in Japan.
True.
And
she can't
she's
practice.
Supposedly flying back from Japan just to go to the game, and it's like a 12-hour flight.
It's 13 because Taylor Swift's number is 13.
Oh, that's right. Okay, 13-hour flight.
And she actually, this is kind of, sorry to interrupt. It's kind of wild because it's going to be like, if she left at noon from Japan on Sunday, she would get home, or she would get to Vegas at like 9 a.m. Sunday. So she actually gains like 16 hours on a 13-hour flight. So she travels back in time and then still gets there after that long flight. I don't know, it's wild to me.
Yeah, and they were talking about flights and who could do this and who could pull this off and when she could leave and all that stuff. They're trying to pinpoint all this kind of stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, you don't really need. She has her own plane.
Yeah.
But is it transoceanic or not is the question, and it may not be. So that means it means that can you fly directly from Japan to
without stopping in like Berlin or something?
Yeah, without stopping in Berlin or something like that.
Well, I think she'll be on Alaskan Airlines. It's going to be a PR move.
I could see her getting off.
I bet Pfizer paid for her to fly on...
catching her, coming down the ramp from...
She will not be on the exit row.
No, she will not.
I think my bold prediction for halftime is I think Morgan Wallen is going to show up.
Who? Who's that?
He's a country singer. I bet it's going to be like a Luke Combs or like a Morgan Wallen is going to pop in. They like to appeal to more than one audience. I guess they usually kind of stick to the same genre. Last year they had Rihanna and I forget who showed up. A couple of years ago they had that big one with all the rappers and all that in LA. That's a good one. But yeah, there's going to be some surprise guest. I'm going to go Morgan Wallen or Luke Combs. Final answer.
Interesting.
Do you have any guesses for who's going to show up?
I have no idea. I really don't.
Christina Aguilera.
No, I don't think it's Christine. She's not going to do it. She did it. She did it not too long ago, didn't she?
Probably a while ago.
Really?
Maybe like the Foo Fighters.
Who?
The Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
You ever heard of them?
I've never heard of them.
You heard the song, There Goes My Hero?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll play some for you after this.
No, well, that's okay.
Okay, well, we had 2 segments left. Do you want to do this last one and then go to your we'll do a couple Would You Rathers?
It's up to you. We can do whatever you like to do, bud.
Well,
you kind of run this show anyway.
Don't say that.
Well, no, I do say that because you're kind of the technical guru and you kind of put everything together and make things seem somewhat fluid, somewhat easy when it really isn't.
I take notes throughout the week, and you prefer to wait until Thursday.
I wait for the day of recording, and about 30 minutes before I hit the driveway, and think of something.
All right, so Boomer word of the week.
Boomer word of the week. Are you ready?
Yes.
The Boomer word of the week is fuzz. F-U-Z-Z. Fuzz.
I feel like I know this one.
Do you?
Is it the police?
It's derogatory.
Oh, we're going to do derogatory words of the week.
It's derogatory word of the week, and it's actually a boomer word of the week because it was a derogatory word produced to describing the police.
Nice. I knew it.
Good job.
Thank you.
You got it.
What do I get for getting the boomer word of the week? A piece of hard candy?
You might get a
Werther's Original.
Werther's Original. Butterscotch.
All right.
What's your word of the week?
Your millennial word of the week is bae.
Bay?
Bae. B-A-E.
Baying at the moon?
Hmm?
The dog is baying at the moon?
Not quite.
Oh. Then I don't know what bay means.
Any guesses? Any other guesses? It's kind of it's a noun.
Give me a hint here.
Mary Alice would be considered your bae, I would hope.
Oh, my lovely lady.
It's not technically that. It's an acronym, but people will just use it as
female.
No, because I would be Janelle's bae.
Oh. Hubby.
No,
hubby.
Because it's not gender specific.
Okay. Now, give me this. Read it off to me.
It means before anyone else. So.
Before anyone else.
I didn't come up with this. So like, Janelle, she's before anyone else. She's bae. She's my bae.
Okay. I see where that goes. Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous, but I'm just reading millennial words. I don't say these words. I've never once used that in a sentence before tonight.
Really?
I had to look up a word to use, and that was one of them that I thought might apply.
That's a good word. I like that word.
So you could say...
And I like doing these word things every week. That's kind of fun.
It's good for our vocab.
Yep. Good for the vocab and shows the differences in age, what all that means.
When you see the grandkids next, I think you should say, "Hey, Kate, who's bae? Who's your bae?"
I can do that.
She's like, "His name's Jacob."
Yeah.
His name's Jacob.
He's cute. He's really cute, Papa.
His dad's in the fuzz.
Yeah.
All right.
Good stuff.
What is your... I don't have any prepared, so I'll let you do a couple would you rather questions.
Ooh. Let me get into the would you rather questions. Questions of the week. My iPad decides to go nuts on me here. What is the deal with all these commercials on this stuff?
On what?
Oh, every time I get into something, it's always, 50, 60 commercials. And, you can't do any of that stuff. So, would you rather? Here's a kind of an interesting one. Here you go, Taylor. Would you rather have telekinesis, the ability to move things with your mind, or telepathy?
Telepathy?
Telepathy. Thank you. The ability to read minds.
You know me, and I'm an overthinker, and I am a worrier. So I think it'd be worse for me if I knew what people were thinking about me.
Yeah.
Because I kind of complained to you, like, I don't know what to do. I think someone's mad at me. But if I knew, like, my coworker actually thought that I was a complete moron, not just a partial moron, I think that would really hurt. I'd rather be able to move them across the room.
Okay, so you'd
choose telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
Final answer.
Wow.
How about you?
I'd probably go with telekinesis also.
I mean, your wife doesn't tend to mince words. She kind of says what's on her mind anyway.
Right.
So you wouldn't really need to read it. And I kind of just spew my words to you anyway. So you already...
The people that I know are very outgoing when it comes to expressing themselves.
Or overshares.
And the words that they use. So, yeah, overshare is a very nice way of putting it.
One person who also overshares, we just found out, is old coworker David Brendel.
David.
He commented on a Facebook post where I shared our first video episode, and he said that I have a face for radio. So, thank you, David.
We never did like David, did we?
No.
He's...
I always overpriced his quotes.
Yeah, I know. Didn't he get fired? I think he was terminated.
Yeah.
He was terminated for...
He was siphoning coolant from the warehouse.
I think he was. Something along those lines.
All right, let's get one more.
Shout out to David. Okay, would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
Oh, jail for 5 years.
I don't know.
Why?
Well, when you're in a coma, you're taken care of, and nothing's...
You kind of are in jail too.
Yeah, you kind of are, but you don't have no idea what's going on around you. Whereas in jail, there's all kinds of fun things that could happen.
I mean,
I don't know.
I'd be so ripped when I got out of jail. Just from all those push-ups and pull-ups I'd be doing.
Yeah, among other things.
Yeah. Yeah. But at least even, I don't know. But think of all the years you'd lose off your life.
But you wouldn't remember it.
I know. That's what I mean.
That's the whole point.
That's what I mean. But if you had kids, they would have not seen you for 10 years.
Yeah.
They could at least pay visits in jail.
Yep.
Which, think this past 2 years I thought would be, maybe it's 4 years. It'd be very interesting to be in a coma for and wake up and someone's explaining what happened. Well, there's a disease.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
It's all the things you had to explain, and it'd be a pretty wild time. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't realize jail for anything. Period.
But you couldn't really, it'd be hard to get a job after that, after jail. So
yeah, you can explain the coma thing.
Yeah.
You have a doctor's note.
Yeah.
You always have to have doctor's notes for everything.
Well, I would take a coma in jail. Thank you. Final answer.
Coma in jail. Okay. All right. One more and we're done. Would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power?
I don't think I like that one. Next one.
You want another one? Okay.
What would you say for that one?
I would rather have respect.
Yeah, I think that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Kind of seems like a Trump question.
Well, I'm kind of more of a people guy anyway,
Respect.
Yeah, respect is more important to me than having a bunch of power. Now, probably in Trump's case or Biden's case, he probably said power.
Yeah, he's a care. Anyone respects him.
Yeah. So.
All right, one more.
All right. Would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life, or give up the internet for the rest of your life?
I could give up heat, no problem. I get hot easily because fat, but I don't know if I could do no air conditioning. I'd probably move to San Diego and then take my internet.
Yeah, the best weather in the country is in San Diego, I believe.
But
average temperature anyway.
You'd probably be a lot happier after a while without internet. But you use it for everything now.
Yeah, I know. Well, everything is relying upon the internet,
All of our lights in here are off of the internet now.
And, all your banking, for example, all your insurance, all that kind of stuff. If you get in an accident nowadays, they ask you to go jump on the internet and find their website and file a claim. So
basically,
we're so dependent upon the internet nowadays.
So would you rather be Amish or not?
Amish?
Well, that's what they don't have heating or air conditioning, do they?
They have heating. Oh, sure they do.
Well, they have heating as in like a
wood stoves and stuff like that.
Is that considered heating?
It is, yeah.
Oh. I thought you meant just like not having a HVAC. Whatever. Well, I'll still take my answer of I'll move into San Diego and take my internet.
Yeah.
But the Amish don't have the internet.
No, they don't. You know what? I don't know if I might give up the internet.
It'd be easy for you.
It'd be easy for me. I mean,
all you have to do is get your cable back because you don't have cable TV. You have
right.
You have it all.
As long as I have something to watch on television, I'm okay.
You get your cable back, and you don't even text anyway. So
no.
Asp He.
Asp He. Okay. All right.
Yay.
Yay.
Asp He.
Yeah.
Huh? Dead silence.
All right. Well, it sounds like we're going to be continue doing some more of these would you rather questions. I kind of like them. They're kind of fun.
Send in your would you rathers, and also send in your if you have boomer question or boomer words,
right? Good boomer words
or good millennial words.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We will. Don't give us the answers, but just give us the word, and we'll guess it and then look it up.
Yep. Be more than happy to do that.
All right. What do you want to leave them with this week, John?
Just be sure and help our sponsors out.
Which ones?
Taylor Atkinson Photography, one of our sponsors. Go to his website, check him out. And also CWD Wood Designs, Chris Dowdy.
CHD.
CHD Wood Design.
And also I don't know. I thought of another one, but
well, we do. We have one more, and that's our Auto Museum people.
Oh.
Kansas.
They don't say that one. They don't give us money.
Yeah, no, they don't. But none of us do. But Kansas City Auto Museum. It's out in Olathe. Please stop by. Take a look at some of the old fine old cars out there. And thank you all very much.
And respect the fuzz.
Respect the fuzz. That's the word.
All right. See you, John, and go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
Champs.
Thanks, Kelly.
Bye.
Bye.